Yo, what's going on, people? Welcome to the 10th month Rogaine Minoxidil update. Today I'm going to be showing you what my hair looks like. We're actually going to step outside and see what it looks like in the light. We're going to talk about some changes that have been going on since I've added Finasteride about 3 months ago into my routine and what's that done for my hair, or what it hasn't done yet technically. We're talking about everything else, so just stay tuned. It's going to be a good video. So make sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and let's go. Alright people, it has been 10 months of me applying Minoxidil Rogaine to my hair, and this shit is so easy. People who keep saying, dude, your hair is gonna fall off if you stop. Duh, there's no permanent solution to hair loss, people, so be glad, be grateful that you can apply something to your head for only a few minutes a day and get your hair back, or at least maintain the hair that you have. And sorry for the shitty haircut, I did it myself yesterday. So let's get straight into it. Let's go in the bathroom. Before we do that, this is what my hair looks like right now. You're gonna notice that my hair isn't as thick as it was in the past couple months. That's because I've been going through a second shed, which we'll talk about. There's 3 possible reasons why this could be happening, so we'll get into that in a second. But before we go to the bathroom, let's step outside real quick and see what my hair looks like in natural lighting. All right, I think this is as natural as it's gonna get. Sorry, I have to bend down a little bit, but this is what my hair looks like. I'm in the shade, so it might look a little bit darker, but if you saw me on the street, that's what it looked like. Now, if we went to a brighter setting like that, that's what it probably looked like. Okay guys, so that's what my hair looked like outside in the natural lighting, and as you can tell, in the shade, it looks pretty good. In the bright light, it's definitely looked thinner. That's something that people who are going through hair loss, you're gonna experience. In some lights, you're gonna look great. In other lights, it's gonna look a little thin, but that's okay, it's okay. You just gotta be confident and own it. That's just the only way that you'll get past it and be able to move on in your life, is just own it, look at it and go, that's me, fuck it, move on. So I mentioned earlier that I was going through a second shed. So for those who are unaware, about 2.5 months ago, I decided to add Finasteride into my routine. And one of the side effects of Finasteride, we're not talking about ED and all that other stuff, but one of the things that happens, which is very similar to Rogaine, is that in the first few months you go through a shed. So the weak hairs fall out for new thicker hairs to grow in its place. And yeah, that's been happening for sure, because I've noticed this time around that the front of my head, the back of my head looks a little bit more thin than it has the past couple months. So the 3 possible reasons is, one is that Rogaine is making me go through a second shed, which is possible. There are people who go through 2 sheds, and sheds as the years go on, they might have 1 random one. The second possible reason is that my hair loss is progressing and that Rogaine and Finasteride aren't able to slow it down. Although probably unlikely, because I've been taking this stuff, but you can't eliminate that. My hair loss, if your hair loss is very progressive and you're using Rogaine or Finasteride, sometimes all it does is it slows it down or helps you maintain the hairs you have. So I've had some people comment and say, I've been using Rogaine for the past couple months and I haven't seen my hair improve, but I haven't seen it like get worse. Well, all it's doing is maintaining it and helping slow down your progress. So that's a third part. That's a possibility. And the third possibility is what I just talked about, that Finasteride could be causing me to go through a shed, which is very likely. And you know, it's just like Rogaine, you have to give it up to 6 months to start seeing results. It could take up to a year for you to really notice, you know, anything happening. So that's that. When it comes to my routine, nothing has changed. Still doing Rogaine Minoxidil only once a day. Only applying it pretty much morning or night. I still use my scalp massager. I'm still using the ketoconazole shampoo, which has been great because I love that shampoo, because it not only helps like your hair feel good, like you just don't get dandruff and you don't get the itchy scalp. Because there was a point, you know, when the shed was happening where my scalp was itching again, and I think that's just part of the shed. I think some people say my scalp's itching. When your hair is shedding and I feel like new hairs are growing in its place, it causes your scalp to itch, because the same thing happened with Minoxidil around the 3-month mark for me, where I was like, oh, my scalp is so irritated, it feels like it's itching. And it was only like a week or 2, just like before, just like now, and then it went away. And the same thing happened this time as well. So I mean, it's been almost a year, so it's kind of cool that when we get to the year, the Finasteride gains to catch up, and we should really start to see like what Minoxidil, Rogaine, and Finasteride combined really do for my hair. So before we show you guys the bottom view, let's show you guys, again, ignore the bad haircut. I gave it to myself yesterday. So we can clearly see this time around that there is some thinning on my crown of my scalp. It's noticeable. It's noticeable from far away. It's not like before I could maybe move my hair around and you could hide it, but this time around it's pretty hard to hide. It doesn't really bother me too much, but it's there, right? And the front of the hair, you can clearly see that it's a little bit thinner. For sure. I mean, the hair does not look as thick as it did on the 5th month update, which probably a lot of my subscribers come from. They saw the 5th month update, say, saw the gains, and this video might scare them, but you gotta remember, I added Finasteride into the mix, and Finasteride can cause shedding, and Rogaine can possibly cause a second shed within the year. It's not unheard of. It happens, right? So this is what the hair looks like again, in the back. But it's good to know. I mean, I don't mind showing you guys this because next month, the month after this, I honestly believe we're gonna see some crazy improvements again. On a down straight view. I'm already guessing that it doesn't look that great. I mean, I've noticed, guys, like I noticed my hair was thinning, like once I started out the Finasteride. It didn't really start to kick in until a month and a half mark. Like my last video, the shedding was just beginning, and now the shedding has progressed, but I feel like at this point in time, like today, this month, it is starting to get back to the point where it's going to grow. So I think next month, or possibly the 12th month, we'll have a very similar video to the 5-month update where my hair will look really thick and crazy compared to what it does now. We could almost say that this is a new starting point for me because, you know, it just feels like that for me. So again, this is just another way for you to understand that lighting makes a big difference, because right now in this lighting, all those insecurities I had before are gone. Look at it, it looks good. But we gotta keep it realistic, and I can tell just by going that bright light that there is some shedding, that my hair has been thinning a little bit, because it just looks thinner. It looks thinner in front, the back looks thinner, like it's not easily as coverable. And that's okay. It's part of the shedding process. Honestly, like, you just have to own it. You just have to tell yourself that this is gonna pass, because if you start shedding on Minoxidil or Finasteride, that is actually a good thing. It means that it's working. It means that it's getting rid of those hairs that were gonna fall out anyways to put stronger hair in its place. And yes, you have to keep taking Finasteride. Yes, you have to keep taking Minoxidil. Yes, if you stop Minoxidil, your hair will fall out. I don't understand why people don't get this. Minoxidil is not something you do for 6 months, grow the hair, and then stop. That would be a crazy solution for hair loss, and everyone would use it. That's not how it works. There's no permanent solution for hair loss besides taking something every single day. That's just how it is, guys. Like, you don't get ripped and stop like working out and stop eating good, or else you'll get fat again. Like, you have to maintain it. You have to keep doing it. You don't brush your teeth 1 time a week and get white teeth. You have to brush your teeth every single day. That's just how it is. So please don't get your expectations up where you think you could take this for 6 months, your hair is going to grow back, and you can just quit. That's why I tell people, if you're going to start Minoxidil, if you're going to start Rogaine, commit. You're going to be taking it for 10, 15, 20 years if you want to keep your hair. Who knows, guys? In 5 years, I could say, fuck it, shave my head off and just go bald. Like, honestly, I've thought about that. In 5 years, maybe I will do that. But for now, this is a simple, easy, cheap solution that you can get without even having to go to the doctor, and you can use it. I don't recommend that. That's what I did. You don't have to do that, but that's what's crazy, is that you don't even need to go to the doctor. You can just go to Kirkland, go to Costco, go to Amazon, order it, start using it, and save your hair. So it's a wonderful thing. So I'm glad that we have it. I'm glad that it's available to us, and I hope this video was able to, you know, keep you motivated, keep you inspired, keep you happy, because that's part of it, guys. If you're depressed and sad and all this kind of thing, that's just worse for your hair. You're just making your hair fall out even faster. So try to find some kind of contentment with where you're at, and just give yourself a little bit of time. Be patient with the process. Anyways, that's it for the video. Sorry for the rant. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment, and I'll see you guys soon. Peace.